New Year.
Happy New Year.
How was the year though?
Not bad. It finished well and I'm excited with the new year.
So where did you celebrate your festive season?
Home. I was in Koboko with family.
Oh, so Koboko is your home?
That's where mom is.
Ah.
And that is where I was born and raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for you, you do your work in Juba.
Yes. I'm Juba based.
You're Juba based.
Yeah.
So, tell me more about Koboko. Since you left, then you came back.
Yeah, Koboko is a lovely place. I would say Koboko has become like home to me because that is where I was born and that is where I was raised, studied from there up to around 2019. That was when I left for Juba. I started hustling within Koboko. So I would say Koboko partly or to a greater extent made me who I am today.
So I think Koboko also has a lot of attachment to a lot of people. Like me. Also, I grew up in Koboko, by the way.
Okay.
I studied in Koboko, my primary level. And really, Koboko is home to me. And to many people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. There's one thing that I can remember about Koboko. I don't know if you've ever done that. The annual in Daystar.
Wow.
Yeah, like, that is really a memory that, trust me, I will not forget until even...
Like,
yeah.
I think it's one of the places, if you lived in Koboko and you've never visited or you've never eaten from there and then you're missing, we used to call it mix, whereby they give you...
mix.
They give you the anyoya, some spaghetti, rice, and then the avocado, you know, that kind of mixture. And when you have it, the whole day you're okay.
And trust me, that location, like if you don't go for it, you look broke.
Sure.
And that time I was studying in Daystar. It was just behind our fence.
Literally, that was the whole area.
Yeah, that was the area.
Where the magic happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm here seated with a gifted Bless, the CEO behind Shem.
Sure.
So, Gifted, how will you really introduce yourself? Because for me, I know you as Gifted, but trust me, there are other things that you have that I really don't know, or maybe you want really people to know more about you. Yes.
All right. Thanks so much. I'm called Gift Godfrey Moju. That is the official name. And I always say I'm commonly known as Gifted Bless. That is the name that I chose to use for myself. And I am a creative designer. Why I say I'm a creative designer, I cut across a lot of creative fields. I am into fashion and design. I do graphics, and then I do talent management. So literally, Gifted Bless is a creative designer.
Oh,
yeah.
So you're that huge.
He would say that.
Yeah, of course. You know, I'm sitting right now to the big next to the big man.
Sure, in the making.
Yeah. So why do you, out of all other kind of things, you selected the branding as one of your things?
I would say, you know, in life, how you brand yourself and how you package yourself is everything. Because that is the kind of identity that we put out there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what someone sees, like the first impression is what they may take you for. And I look at branding as a very powerful tool. Because if you look at every kind of product that is put out there, there's some kind of an attachment to it, something that people will identify it for. So anything to do with branding, I take it so serious. I take it with the whole of my heart because that is where people either take you serious or not. And I am an entrepreneur. And I believe so much in putting out my products out there, and people have to accept the products that I have. So if you don't package your products well, then they may not accept it, and that is where branding comes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you selected this particular kind of fashion of the kitenge, right?
Yeah. I'd been transitioning.
Yes.
I started playing around with kitenge, but then I have a thing for the African culture. Like I am so much attracted to it. And if you see right now, most of the people look at the kitenge as an African wear. But initially, this is just like a print that people have associated it with the African culture.
Africans, yeah.
But then I've decided to go beyond just the kitenge as a print, but then using even the plain cotton fabrics to recreate the kind of cultural wares that our ancestors used to have. So I'm looking at bringing the ancestral wares, blending it with the modern touch to make it acceptable in the now life. So I'm making it presentable for the future.
Just why this part of the roots and culture comes in, right?
Sure.
So you are trying to take people back. People are forgetting.
Yeah.
Because of the West life style or what?
So I'd been doing a little research and speaking to a few people. You know, we are not proud of where we come from. We feel like it's an old style. And sometimes when you look at this cultural kind of dressing, a lot of the youth don't want to attach themselves to it because they feel like this is something that was in the past and we're in the present.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking at what can we do best to make sure that what we had in the past can be acceptable in the present. That's where the concept of roots and culture reimagined came in. So we are trying to reimagine the cultures that we have, putting it a modern look so that like it can be acceptable in the now world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like in your recent event that you had in December, I saw modeling coming in. Are those one of your wares? Some of your wares?
Yeah, so everything that was showcased is 100% created by me. And then like the only thing that we borrowed, we outsourced the kind of materials. Because somewhere you would see we used the chitenge, and then others we used the plain cotton fabrics. So we outsource the fabrics, the materials, and then we craft it into something that is acceptable. So during the show, we showcased different kind of outfits. There was an upcycled whereby we got second-hand jeans, like the ones that people don't use, and then we make something out of it. Like there was a jacket that was showcased, and then like with the chitenge, there are throw-ons that we made. And then there are some specific masterpieces, most especially the last one that were showcased, the cultural ones. So these are masterpieces that we are trying to present out there to be accepted as like cultural wares that can be adopted within the country and Africa at large.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think I'm following because I'm seeing you putting them? Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah, it's nice that you're identifying with this.
Yeah.
You know, like I have a lot. This is Kenya. This
Yeah.
is South Sudan. This is from the Mundari. These are cowries.
Yeah.
So it's a blend of like a different cultures. But you've started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about this fashion? You know, a lot of people sit down like you think people are modeling, people are putting on clothing that one day you don't see. Do you think people buy those clothes? Is there really money on that thing? Because, bro, you just sit down and see clothes that one day you did not see somewhere. But then, like, during an event like that, you see such kind of clothes.
Yeah.
For me, I may be thinking, like, could that cloth be just for the fashion? Or people literally come in and buy those clothes?
So there are two things.
Yes.
Like I would say people buy. It's just that where we are right now in our community, people are yet to understand like the kind of fashion that we're putting out there. During the show, there were two international models that came. And one of them walked backstage. He saw like when the models were dressing up. And then he was like, Gifted, if you were in Paris, you'd be among the richest guys right now. Because the masterpiece that I produced in Paris would go for $10,000. But then within the country, you cannot sell that for for
people
that
people don't care.
yeah. So literally, me as Gifted, I am not in right now for the money, but I want people to get to understand that art is an expensive thing, because time is going to come. Like I did a concept for the Kakwa cultural wear, which no one has ever done. So I believe time is going to come. The masterpiece that I have is going to be in a museum, and people will pay expensively to come and watch it. A lot of guys wanted to buy it, but I refused. I still have it. So like, I want people to get to understand how expensive art is, and then like that is where we're headed to. But right now, I would say there are few people who have started, most especially from this organization, the humanitarian organizations that work so much with cultural related projects. They have shown interest. They're willing to invest, and that is what we want to do. We want to open the way, not for us right now, but then for the persons to come behind us.
Do you have models?
Currently, I don't have models under Shem, but then like I partner with agencies. So for the previous Roots and Culture, I partnered with an agency called U&I Models. They provided the models, but the dream is big. I want to grow. I want to have like everything in-house.
Okay.
Yeah.
The year has ended. We have seen amazing work that you're really doing.
Thank you.
What do you think is the next plan for for Shem?
The next plan for Shem. Well, Shem as a fashion brand, like I did say from the introduction, we're mainly rooted in the African culture.
Yeah.
And so what we're looking at this year, you know, it's crazy when I tell people last year, 2024,
Yeah.
I'd been working at home in my small room. It's crazy.
So you create those wares yourself.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. So the process. I start by sketching. I do drawing as well. So I sketch the ideas that I have in my mind. I draw them like how I want them to look, and then like I go as far as like using crayons to add colors on the patterns that I want, how everything is going to look on the final piece, and then I get the fabrics. Then I start cutting them and I tailor them. So all this had been happening in a very small room where I stay. But then like this year for Shem, we're establishing a workshop already. And then like I want to train more people to come and work with us, most especially the tailoring part. And then we want to work with the local artisans. Like we had been showcasing some crafts like the beads. We don't make them ourselves. But then we want everything to be in-house because like I said, some of these things we imagine them. We have a picture in our mind that we want to put out there. And you may not get it in the market. So which means if you have someone in-house, it will be a little bit easier. You can direct this person on what you want. So that is the whole plan for Shem this year.
So don't you think making a partner with South Sudan music industry could be also another advantage to your program?
It could be, but then like it's a complex one right now. Yeah, though I'm looking at working with several artists. I've worked with different artists like the Hard Life. I worked on them. I dressed them. I dressed Nita Baby on some stages, and then there are a few artists that I styled them when they're going for video shoots. I direct them on like how they should dress and what they should have, and all this had been happening because I didn't have literally a big space whereby I can do the creation and I display for them to select. But then this coming year, I look forward to, even if not partnering with the music union as a whole, but then some specific artists that I feel their kind of music aligns with my objectives and my vision, then I'll work with them.
And this brings us back to when I was going to read your profile, I read something about you being one of the officials of the TOPLEV music record.
Yeah, I'm part of TOPLEV Music.
So you, man, you're everywhere.
I told you I'm a creative artist. I'm a creative designer.
So one may say that you won't take all the money in South Sudan.
So someone asked me one time, I was like, Gifted, what mention one thing that you cannot do? Because literally you're all over. When it's graphics and design, you're there. Talent management, you're there. I try writing songs, though I don't take it serious. And then fashion, I'm there. But it's not that I want to take all the money, but I feel like I have some kind of knowledge that like the industry could benefit from.
What of ladies?
Nah.
Maybe there's someone there who wanted some counseling towards how to approach a lady, but because
no, in that
so
line,
you're not an expert there.
No, I think I would give it to you guys. So in case I get any client, I'll contact you guys.
Yeah. So tell me more about TOPLEV.
TOPLEV is a music record label. Currently operating within South Sudan, and we have had like events outside the country as well. So currently we have Ali Joma, I would say, as our flag bearer. He's like the main artist that we started working with, and then before last year ended, we brought in Mario Ball. He's an uprising star, I would say. He had been in the industry, and we felt like there's some little push that we could add to his career. And we work with Linus as the official record label producer. We have some underground producers. One is called Abdallah, and then the other one is called Agwek. So these are guys that we work with. So literally, I would say TOPLEV is an established body that is within the country to support the local talent.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, record label is one of the hugest thing in the music industry. I don't know how they operate, how they raise their money, but trust me, not for bad, I'm seeing TOPLEV is really doing amazing because trust me, Mariel Ball just released that song is it last year? But trust me, he's one of my favorite musicians.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks on behalf of the label.
Yeah. So how do you handle? How do you get like in terms of scouting? How do you get your musician?
Literally, we have our eyes and ears all over. So what we do is we have a kind of picture of an artist that we want, and then like I remember when we brought in Mario Ball, a lot of people never thought we were going to sign Mario because Mario had been singing, but a lot of guys never gave attention to him. And then like so what we do is we look into those small details, because at the end of the day, it's not how great you are, but then like how willing are you to work with people. That is one of the biggest things that we look at, added to the talent that comes in. But then like in general, we work, when we're scouting, we look at how are you willing to work with other persons, because now when you're joining the record label, you're not going to work alone.
Yeah.
Like one person may be acting in a way that you may not like. How do you handle this kind of situations? So those are things that we look into, and of course, like great talent. We'll look into that because we believe we're the best, and we have always used this slogan, they are not ready for us. Yeah, because what we have in stock, the country may not be ready for it.
Yeah.
So you must be ready to contain that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, like as a record label, what challenges do you people really face?
Oh, one of the biggest challenges that almost everyone faces in the industry is like that there are very few people that are investing in the industry. So raising money out of talent is one of the hardest things, I would say. Yes, and then like one thing that we struggled with from the start is like the acceptance.
Yeah.
Because people looked at us as in a way that we're just showing off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we came, and I remember when we signed Linus, a lot of people talked trash on us. But anyway, those are challenges that come in. But then at the end of the day, majority of them are negligible. And then like because the artists that we work with are so understanding, and they're willing to be managed. So I would say like literally just financially, those are some of the few challenges. But then anything more than that, there's nothing.
Wow. The way you're speaking, as if you have more details about the music industry of South Sudan. I really love the way how right now South Sudan is changing from the kind of the music they play. Like when you look back in 2010 and currently, even the people that we knew in 2010 right now, it's very hard for them to do something.
Yeah.
So, how do you see the music industry of South Sudan as a record label?
There's a huge growth in the industry, just like you said. And one thing that I'm excited about is the mere fact that most of the artists within the industry have found it so easy to move with a trend, like the global trend, I would say. A lot of guys are moving, though they're just like one or two aspects that need to be corrected, and then we'll be there. But there's a drastic growth in the industry, and it's promising. I'm pretty sure in the next 3 to 4 years or 5 years, the industry, like the South Sudan music industry, will be competing with the global market. Because right now we are already getting to the East African market. So if we can get to the East African market, which means Africa and the global market is the next.
Yeah, because now, like when we say in one of the musicians that you record, you signed under your record label, Ali Joma.
Yeah.
The kind of the song Ali Joma sings is really different.
Yeah. So
Joma is just different. Like this guy just came from another planet.
So I would say Ali Joma is just being Ali Joma. That's why a few of the fans were calling him Ali Jesus, and that is him. And a lot of guys were complaining, Ali Joma, you're singing in your language, like we don't get. But then, like I'll give you an example. One of the songs, Saluk. He sang entirely in the Dinka language.
Yeah.
But people accept it.
But even me also, I vibe with it, man.
The song is played. I went to a club in Kampala last year.
Yeah.
And I was just busy at a corner, and from nowhere they dropped the song and people were dancing and they were enjoying. The same thing to Nairobi. The song is being vibed to in Nairobi. But then like we considered that. We're trying to see. So when we're dropping like visualizers or like videos of him ever since he joined like a TOPLEV, we make sure there are subtitles that are attached to it so that people that don't know the language can vibe. Me personally, I don't speak the language, but I'm working with him.
Who writes for him his songs?
He does. Ali Joma is a writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now you, as one of the officials in the record label, when he writes his songs in the Dinka language, how do you know that the song is good in terms of the message is passing out?
Well, sometimes I sit with him because when he's writing, sometimes he's not alone. So sometimes I sit with him, and I'm not the only one. So Ali Joma has a direct manager. Let me say the general manager that works direct with the artists. He's called Jonik, and then me, I run the operations, and then we have like the CEO who is called Dawa One. So like all these guys, they know the language, and sometimes when Ali Joma is recording, they're seated in the studio with him, they're guiding. But you know, it's just that we have this huge trust in him. We believe in Ali Joma. Yeah. So whatever thing that he does, that is him. We believe like it to be good and to be acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like when we look into the distribution platform, he's literally having a lot of streams.
Sure.
On YouTube, Spotify, and other platforms.
Yeah.
How do you do your distributions? Because right now in South Sudan, I'm not saying all, but some musicians they buy views.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
that's
think
true.
also you people are doing the same, or those are really organic views?
No, those are real organic views. I would say like that one can be translated on all platforms, because if they weren't organic, then the numbers would not match from all platforms. But then if you watch closely, like almost all the stream platforms, they have like the similar numbers. So over time, Ali Joma built a huge fan base, not just within the country, but outside the country as well. And that is something that we made sure we capitalized on, and we had to uphold it, because now what is the whole point of bringing him into the label, and then we cannot add some value? So like from wherever he was, we made sure like we had to elevate him like to somewhere. I think I would gladly say we're among the first record labels within the country.
Okay.
And then like secondly, I would say not in a bragging way, but I think we're the most organized, because we've sat with different artists trying to have conversations. And then I'm so happy that sometimes when we come into a gathering where there are artists, like you can feel it's all right. So distribution wise, we use third party like that help us. So the main thing that we just have to do is like make sure that we advertise, like, and make sure that we get the streams. So if you can see an example of how we dropped My Year album, it was an exceptional one. And I remember when we made the album launch, like a corporate event. Like tickets only, when we dropped the price of tickets, people are like, you guys joke too much.
Hey.
We're selling title tables for $500, and then we had VIP tables for $200, and then like the ordinary, which the regular at $50,000. And trust me, no one bought regular tickets. We sold only tables.
Because that is Al Joma.
So we made sure, you know, from the start of the conversation, you asked about branding, why I'm so much into branding. So like that's where the whole point comes in, because if I believe in you, George, anything that you ask from me, I'll give it to you.
True.
Yeah.
True. So you think right now, how does this record label get its money? Is it through selling the tickets only, or also through the stream?
No, not just through the tickets, but then like through the streams, and then like we get endorsement deals. Like though we have not yet actively started like getting into that, but then from last year we got some endorsement deals, just like to market a few brands. But then like from this year, that is when we're going to take things big, because now as a record label, we're not just going to sit and wait for like maybe to withdraw money from stream platforms, or wait for someone to hire our artists to go and perform. Like we create like the product, we create the market ourselves, we create the demand, make sure that people want us. And then like another big thing that we're getting on is merchandising, because that is where a lot of money come from.
So let me hope like TOPLEV is going to be like the Swangs of Uganda.
I would say, okay, TOPLEV will be TOPLEV, but then like we're taking a blueprint from Swans Avenue, from Marvin Records, from Empire, because we want these are entities that are already established. They are big,
yeah.
and then we feel like we can get there. So why we're looking at I don't know whether I should call them big dogs. Why we're looking at them, because we feel like there's something that we can borrow.
Because you guys, you're getting all the big people in town, like Lelainas, Ali Joma, this Mariel Ball is here. So what are we hoping again? Are we getting? Also, are you people trying to shine another guy, another person?
A lot is coming. I wouldn't say we're going to sign anyone soon, but then I can promise. A lot of guys were asking, why are you guys only signing men?
That is the next question I was about to ask you, but thank you. Yes.
Yeah, but then it's coming up. Like there are a lot of guys in the pipeline. So, like I did say, we take blueprint from Swans, from Marvin Records, from Empire. So what we want to do is we just don't want to sign artists out of excitement. We want to prepare them for who you are. I mean, for who we want you to be. Yeah. So what we're doing right now is we have already scouted some artists, though some of them even do not know that they are the next target. But then we're just giving them time, and then want to create like that space, because now Ali Joma has a space, Mario has a space. If we bring another person without creating a space, it will be so hard. So we need to create a space to accommodate another person, then we can bring on board.
So it means, George, you need to start singing so that I can be signed. Will you sign me?
You need to work hard. Anyway, I've not heard you singing, but you never know.
I'll go to the studio. I will start going to the good thing Romeo has a studio.
No,
I'll start singing.
That one there.
I'm behind the camera. George is a failed artist. Let's go.
Yeah, Gifted.
Yes, please.
You have a lot of knowledge about the South Sudan music industry currently. Can you mention for me like top 5 musicians, your most favorite musician right now? You see your hope.
Top 5. Of course, Ali Joma will have to be at the top.
Number 1.
And then I'll put Mario.
Number 2.
Mario comes in. So if I am to add another person, content-wise, I would go for Susie Nadu.
Susie Nadu.
Susie Nadu would come to 3. And then Her Life will come in 4.
Oh.
And then in the 5th, who can I put? A lot of guys are running through my mind. I like Young Boy.
Oh, Young Boy.
Yeah.
Young Boy.
Yeah, so I think those would fill up my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I think all of them are my favorite. So, what are your last remarks that you can give?
Oh, first of all, thanks you guys for having me on the show. I started following Chill Talk some time back, and
thank you.
I liked everything that you guys are putting out there. And I remember I was talking to Romy, and then I was like, the next time I'm in Uganda, I have to come. I have to come forward. I'm super excited. Thanks you guys so much, and thanks a lot for having me on the show. For anyone, a creative artist out there, I would say creative arts is a very complex space. Most of the people don't believe in it. I remember growing up when I dropped from campus. So when I dropped from campus to pursue fashion and design, it was one of the hardest decisions that I took in my life. And I got a lot of critics, negative critics. At some point, my parents were mad at me. They didn't want to support me. So in case you want to be a creative artist, make sure that if you make that decision, take it with the whole of your heart and give it your all, because at the end of the day, I want us to redefine creative arts. Let people start respecting creative arts like how they respect other programs like the law, being a doctor, engineering and stuff. So I want us to raise the banner of creative artists. Wow. Let us add some weight to that. I think that is the word that I would give out there.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming around, man.
Well, thanks for having me.